Good day. 20 years ago, the greatness of Starship Troopers, the movie version, received a first-person shooter that allowed you to step into the boots of the mobile infantry. Sadly, it was forgotten almost as soon as it was released. Well, today, we're going to determine if it was good or if it was bad, and if it will actually earn its citizenship in the pantheon of great games.
The appropriately named Starship Troopers was developed by Strangelight and published by Destineer in North America for the PC only on November 15th, 2005. I had personally heard of this game back in the early 2000s, but sadly I never owned it or even played it, and I doubt my Dell PC of the era could have even ran the bloody thing. I do get the feeling that the Xbox 360 and PS3 could have run it, and this game really could have used a console port so it could have got more eyes on it. As while this game is not that great, it does deserve at least a little recognition, and way worse games than this got ports. Today, it is abandonware and can be found on various websites. Look for a pack that has fixes and AI upscaled cutscenes already applied, so you don't have to do more work than necessary. Now, this game was notorious back in the day for being hard to run on then current hardware, and for years afterward, gamers really had trouble with it. So these days, it's probably the best time to play it, and as we will come to see, it's mostly worth it. This game annoyed me personally though, as even with fixes, it was a right bastard to record. I was able to live stream it super easy, and most of the footage we'll be looking at today comes from my live stream of the game that I did a few months prior to this video. When I tried to get fresh footage for the review, my normal recording software just recorded audio. My old ass Fraps recording software just died when trying to record it, and OBS kind of worked, but the footage it got was crap with tons of pixelization. So you'll have to just bear with that, as some of the footage will be recorded that way.
Starship Troopers is a first-person early 2000 shooter that allows you to take the role of a valiant mobile infantryman equipped with a Marauder suit. Would you like to know more?
This game features elements of both the movie and the novel Starship Troopers. The movie had guys in cool soft body armor and featured waves of crunchies going after the bugs. The book, on the other hand, was the first introduction of power armor in anything, and its absence was indeed felt in the film adaptation. Funny enough, the third movie would add it back in for like 15 seconds. In the game, you still have waves of crunchies, but you play as the unnamed Marauder. You were given a Marauder suit, which looks nothing like the suit from the novel. I think my good buddy Triple X put it best.
It looks like if you wanted the Doom Guy suit, but you went on AliExpress or Temu.
And yeah, it's just regular hockey pads, and gives you less advantages than the crunchies. Cause while you do get a shield generator, you can jump like you got bloody arthritis. This piss poor jump is especially ironic considering one of the catchphrases of the novel is, "On the bounce!" The novel's Marauder suit was 10 tons of badass and had a rack of nukes on the back. In this game, the weapons are decent enough, I guess. You have the Marauder rifle. It's got infinite ammo, but overheats quickly and does piss poor damage. Then you have the Ruger Mini 14 in a fiberglass shell, aka the Morita rifle, and it can take down the armored bugs. You got an underslug shotgun, and it's alright. You have a regular shotgun in this game, and it's good enough for close encounters. This weapon appeared at the end of the Starship Troopers movie, but in the movie it was actually a powerful directed energy weapon, whereas here it's just a 12 gauge. There are other Moritas with scopes and such, a rocket launcher, all the regular stuff you would expect from a first-person shooter. And as an early 2000s game, you carry all your weapons on you at one time, and you have non-regenerative health.
So, what's the catch? Why is this game, at best, only merely okay? Would you like to know more?
On the surface, this game looks badass. It gets the Starship Troopers movie aesthetic right, and the novel editions only make it better. The gameplay at first glance even looks super epic. There are hundreds of bugs on screen at any one time, and it feels like you're a one-man army. Not only that, but you're not just fighting the generic warrior arachnid. All the enemies from the movie make an appearance, and some new ones show up too, and gameplay gets varied up a bit. This has all the elements of a true hidden gem. Sadly, the game is brought down by two major flaws. It's boring in places and super bloody annoying in others. The first level is excellent, but the boss fight at the end of level 2 is where the cracks start to show. You have to take down the tank bug in what should be an epic fight. Sadly, it's not. For one, the game does not tell you how to fight it. If you get off the turret, it's pretty much impossible to kill it. You don't get an enemy health bar, so you just gotta shoot it till it dies, but you don't know how long that is, and it takes a long time for it to finally die. It takes so much time that you would be given to think that the game is bugged, or that there's a special way to kill it. It gets worse. Level 3 introduces the baby plasma bug. It looks like a cool mini-boss, right? Right? It's sadly boring as hell to kill. For one, you get no information on how to kill it. You don't get a rocket. What you gotta do to kill the baby plasma is to shoot it in the head and empty a bunch of mags in it, and you would be given to think that the game is bugged. Or something. See this big mama bug? It can't really hurt you, and it takes a shitload of damage to bring down to the point where it's boring as hell. Then later, you have to stop these unidentified flying bastards, and no matter if you're right on them, actually killing them is difficult. It took ages for me to take down this last little bastard. And then it gets controller smashingly annoying when these little blue plasma shit stains show up. They can kill you in one attack, no matter what your health or shields are. This is a game that could have been a masterpiece, or at the very least a hidden gem that could be a good cult classic. But sadly, it's just laid low by the lack of polish. It's still worth playing to a certain degree, but beating it is going to be less fun and more of a chore. Unless you have a copy of Rico's tat from the movie, I say play until you get annoying and then move on. There is hope for this game if an enterprising modder fixed the damage tables. I think a good game could be made out of Starship Troopers 2005. As it is merely a C-.
Despite the gameplay being kind of lackluster, the graphics look pretty good. Would you like to know more?
Graphically, this game looks great, provided you don't look at the human male faces. Yeesh, that dude is ugly. But man, that dropship pilot, she's pretty sexy for 2005. The arachnids look great, and the levels are nice and huge, and the movie-inspired levels look good too. Sound is meh, and due to the sloggy nature of the game, the sound can get really grating after a while. Voice acting is pretty good. Your voice with a radio signal sounds a lot like Cortez from Time Splitters Future Perfect, and the rest are not too annoying. Music is pretty good, with video game versions of the excellent Basil Podorius theme playing throughout.
The story for Starship Troopers the game is a continuation of the movie's story with a few unused elements from the novel. Would you like to know more?
Starship Troopers 2005 is basically a video game sequel to the movie. It features all the elements seen in the movie and uses its art style. You are a silent protagonist and are just called the Marauder. In the novel, you had 3 big-ass combat suits. One was a scout suit, another was the general-purpose Marauder suit, and finally you had the command suit. The suits are described as being guerrilla-like and were basically walking tanks, and all the mobile infantry used them, hence the term mobile infantry. It wasn't just dudes in pads. In-game, only you and specialized troops have the Timu version of the Marauder armor from the novel. The game takes place sometime after the movie and has the Terran Federation fighting the Arachnid menace on the planet Hesperus. This planet was indeed mentioned in the novel. The vast majority of the cutscenes in this game are literally just clips from the original movie and that shit-tastic made-for-DVD sequel to the original movie. What you get is voiceover to set them in this game's plot. Your dude gets a little character when you start the game, and you find a sweet-ass redhead in your bed. Man, I miss the 2000s. The first 2 missions are based on Klindatu Drop and the epic desert battle from the first movie. The rest of the missions taking some inspiration from the second movie and the novel, awesomely enough. The story is pretty alright, with nothing too egregiously bad, if only the gameplay had more polish to make it more fun.
Well, now that you know more, you can see why I have very mixed feelings about this game. On the one hand, I kind of want to like it because a lot of effort was put into it, but the gameplay just really doesn't work. It should in theory be good, but it turns out to be boring, and so it's easy to see why this game was forgotten in the early 2000s, especially when it was going up against some of the titans of gaming. If you'd like to know more about the Terran Federation and Starship Troopers in general, be sure to check out my review of the novel. And so, I am General Lotz, wishing you good, Halo Combat Evolved, and good Gears of War, or whatever makes you happy.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and please consider leaving a like or a comment, as the algorithm desires your soul. And I want to thank all those fans who have supported this channel, both past and present.